Hey guys, so today's video, I thought I'd just do an introduction on who I am, but also explain where Maude Noah came from, what I want to happen with Maude Noah and bits like that. Also, I asked on Instagram for people to ask me questions and I will be answering them in here, as well as 10 random questions that I've set up that I will be asking people in future videos. So yes, I am in pyjamas. This is my dress code. If I had a work uniform, it would be this. I love wearing pyjamas. I feel more comfortable in them. And I am in talks with the pyjama brand on stocking them, which is so exciting for me because pyjamas are my favourite clothing, as well as I would love to launch my own pyjama range. So yes, I've got a coffee with me in my Chickadee classic mug in washed stone. So yeah, let's get on with the video. So let's start back on why I launched Maude Noah in the beginning. So just before my 21st birthday, my birthday is the 13th of November. Just before my 13th birthday, life went to the toilet really. I lost my cat, as in we had to put him down. I'd had him from the age of 4 and I was almost 21, and I got ill. I one day was doing my makeup near my window like normal, and took a drink of water, woke up on the other side of the room, broke my tooth. This tooth, half of it isn't actually real. I was bruised up one side of my body. This side of my face was really swollen. I've got like a little lump here that you can't see, but if you was to feel, you could feel it. And that was where I bit through the skin. And I think the lump is more scarring. Went to the hospital. They thought it was like a spasm from drinking water early in the morning and probably hadn't woken up properly. So that's fine. I'd felt winded. When I took the water, I felt winded. Okay, that's fine. But then 2 or 3 times it happened again, but I hadn't drank water. One time I'd come out the bathroom, down the toilet downstairs, and just bang down. I hadn't lost sensation of my bladder or my bowel. I didn't have an accident, so they kind of they were saying we're not 100% sure whether you were fit in because nobody was around, so we're going to put you on a medical ban for driving for a year, and that got extended and bits like that. Because it happened multiple times, I didn't want to leave the house, and at the time I was working for my dad's company. He is a retail surveyor and project manager, shop fitter. So we was working all over the UK. You know, 1 week I could be in Brighton, 1 week I could be in Edinburgh, Gretna Green, Scotland. Gretna Green is in Scotland, Alicia. And, you know, didn't feel like I could travel with work. So I was like, oh, what am I going to do? And at the time I'd never claimed benefits, but at the time you could get, I think it was like £86 a week. And I was not going to be doing that because, first of all, it's not a lot of money, but also I didn't want to because I wanted to do something as a job. I didn't want to just be sat around at home. So 21st birthday, I got a bit of money and I thought, you know what? I'm going to launch my own business. I've got £500 that I'm going to put towards it. What am I going to do? And I was like, I want something that I can do from home. Now, this was pre-COVID, so a lot of people work from home now. It's a lot easier, but at this time, there wasn't many companies that would allow you to work from home. So I was like, I'm going to set up my own business. Learned how to use Wix myself, learned how to use Photoshop. Well, I'd already learned a bit about Photoshop, but I wanted to do everything on a budget. I wanted to learn and, you know, build my skills first of all, as well as, you know, I'm not having to pay a graphic designer or a web designer, but I wanted to do it as cheap as possible, but as good quality as possible. So I was watching YouTube videos on how to do things, and I was like, right, at the time I used to wear these 2 Pandora rings. One was silver and one was rose gold. Well, I got the rose gold for my 21st birthday. The silver one was May 18th. And I used to wear these bangles that you could get from Argento. Not sure what it's called. So yeah, I was like, I'm gonna do jewelry, because when I was younger I used to wear this pearl necklace that my granddad gave me, and it was my grandma's. My grandma died when I was 6 months old, and no sooner my granddad died, and I think I was 12 when my granddad died, I put them away in my keepsake box, and I was like, I'm not gonna wear them until either A, I get married and I want to wear these pearls somehow within my wedding, or if I have children and I get them christened or do a naming ceremony, I would want to wear them then. So I kind of had a bit of a thing for jewelry. So I was like, right, I designed 4 pieces. I had the simplistic bangle, which was in rose gold and silver. I designed the simplistic tag necklace and the simplistic tag bracelet, and also connected necklace, which was like, in a way, 2 washers kind of that I designed. I designed all the jewelry, and what it was you could have them personalized, engraved. And I designed the jewelry bag. I'm thinking it's not jewelry, it is jewelry. I designed the jewelry bags, had them manufactured, bought thousands, and I've still got some of these bubble mailer bags in silver, and I was going to get rose gold, and it was all that, and launched it. Nobody knew I was launching this business until I did. I was working on it behind the scenes. Nobody knew. And it was going well. I got a diagnosis, or multiple diagnoses, but there's still, even to this day, what is it? It'll be almost, I think it will almost be 8 years since, or 9 years since that happened with me passing out. I've been diagnosed with underactive thyroid. I've got a benign cyst on my pituitary gland, chronic headaches and migraines, but they still couldn't figure out what was going on with me passing out. I had you can see the scar there. I had a loop recorder fitted, and I've had it taken out, and I will at some point put in the clips of me going to the hospital. There were in a vlog, or behind the scenes small business vlog, and I said I would explain to you why I set up Maude Noah. So I'm just heading to the hospital. I've got a brain MRI on a Sunday at 9:30. Yeah, I've got to get that done, and then because I'm so tired at the moment, I think I'm just going to go walk around town, get a coffee and enjoy my day, or my morning, and then in the afternoon I've got stock check and bits like that. So yeah. Not something you want to do on a Sunday, be in hospital, having a brain MRI. You lay there for an hour, and I don't know if I've got to have an IV put in. And if I have, I've worn the wrong top because I can't roll it up. So it's quite tight, it's a sports top. So I'm not looking forward to figuring that out. So that's over. I thought I'd actually explain a bit more. Every so often I have to go for MRIs on the brain because I have a cyst there. The last time I went wasn't bleeding, but it has done, and I get severe headaches. Maude Noah was kind of created off of the back of this. I will do a whole video on why I set up Maude Noah. Yeah, but right now I just don't have the energy. I'm so tired. I think because I'm working overtime for my day job, and I'm trying to sort Maude Noah out, I'm just mega exhausted. So yeah, like I mentioned in the video previously, I'm gonna go and grab a coffee, wander around town for a bit, and then this afternoon I've got some work for Maude Noah, but also I've got some more overtime work to do. Yeah, so I've got the day off from my normal job because I am having an operation today, and that's where I'm walking to right now. I'm walking to the hospital. I'm actually really nervous because I'm awake for the whole procedure, and these hospital appointments are the main reason why I set up Maude Noah, in which I think this clip will be in November's video. I'm going to do, I think, a whole video about why I set up Maude Noah. It's not just I set up a business because I wanted to. So yeah, I've rushed here because I hate being late, and I've got like 15 minutes now to wait. I'm out of breath. And I'm also really nervous, so my heart's going 10 to the dozen. So yeah, I'm here now. Operation is done. I'm feeling really tight. I'm making coffee now because I need one. So I'd set it up thinking that this would be my career now. It didn't happen that way. My engraver went under. I was looking at buying engraving machines, and it was tens of thousands of pounds, money I did not have. And I went on a trip to Leeds with my sister because she was looking at a university there, and we met up with a family member. So the family member's mum is my mum's cousin, so we're cousins. And she was vegan at the time. I don't think Becky is now, I'm not sure. And we went into a candle shop, and she mentioned about that's not a vegan candle, and I was kind of interested in that because once I'd had a bit of a diagnosis and I hadn't passed out for a while, I ended up getting a job working for a family friend's friend in her cafes and her catering company. And my main site, I would have to get the bus from my house to town and then walk from town to the site I was supposed to be at all the time. Never happened that way. I always ended up getting sent all over the place. Bear in mind, I didn't drive. Those that drove got their nearest site. Me, I got sent all over the place. Mount Sorrel, Loughborough, Anstey. These are all areas in Leicester, because I haven't actually mentioned I'm from Leicester, set up the business in Leicester. I don't live there now. I'll explain a bit more in a bit. And when Becky had mentioned that some of the most candles aren't vegan, and they are now, a lot of them are now, I was kind of, okay, you know. And then when I used to get into work, after work, if, say, the bus was going to be later or the weather was bad, I'd walk through High Cross, which is a big shopping centre there. And there was a candle company, a candle shop. I think now, if you go to High Cross in Leicester, I think it's Argento or Argenta. I don't know the brand, clearly. So I used to buy candle votives from Yankee Candle from there, and these little sample things from Woodwicks. And each week I would spend money in this candle shop. Bear in mind, I was on minimum wage, and I was, it weren't set hours, and there was times when I would be walking to work with my shift going to start in 10 minutes time, and I'd have a phone call from the manager of the site saying, "Oh, Alicia, we don't need you today." Bear in mind, I'd spend money on a bus ticket to get into work. So it got me thinking. I did my research, tested out loads of products, and I launched the candles. And at this point, Maude Noah jewellery was on hold because I was trying to find someone to be able to engrave the jewellery. Candles were doing well. I had three caramel latte, coffee bean and vanilla bean. Caramel latte was a scent that I used to smell every time I worked in that cafe. So that cafe or that business kind of did me some good, because that candle is inspired by when I used to make the caramel latte coffees. I don't like the taste of them myself. I'm more of a non-sweet coffee drinker if it's hot. But yeah, I launched them, and they were in metal tins, like these little metal jars, rose gold and silver. And wow, there were so many issues with trying to get the jars. Every time I put in an order, I'd put in an order of 100. Bear in mind, I'm a small business and I'm using my own money to fund this business. Well, yeah, at the time I was. And I was struggling months to get these jars. The labels were round and they were on textured paper, like sticky labels, and the font, oh, I hate the font looking back now, but at the time I loved it. I wasn't happy in the job working in the cafe. If you speak to my mum, she could see I was slipping into, I don't want to say the word depression because I don't think I was depressed, but she could see that I was slipping. So family friend who originally was from Yorkshire, lived in Leicester, had her boys in Leicester, moved back to Yorkshire with her new husband, and I got sent to Yorkshire for a few days and went to work with him. And he worked in an office and I got introduced to everybody, and he said that there might be a job there for me. I was like, okay. Went back to Leicester, went back to the horrible cafe, and a month later, I just remember it was on a Thursday. I'd completely forgotten about Yorkshire and the job there because it had been a month and I hadn't heard anything. And I didn't do it weren't like I'd done an interview. I just went in there for a couple of days. I think I went in for a day, maybe 2. But I didn't think anything of it. And then this Thursday, I just remember having the worst shift ever at the cafe. And I think it weren't the normal site. I'd been sent off to another site, and so I'd got a bus from that site to town. Then I was getting walked partway through town to then get another bus to home. And I just remember standing at the bus stop and I just wanted to cry. I was in such a bad mood because I just hated that job, which is really weird because I'd worked within events and within catering and food industry previously and really enjoyed it and would do it again. But this time, no. And I got a phone call from Jacinda, the family friend, saying, what are you doing on Monday? I was like, I don't know, I've got a shift, I think. If they end up letting me have that shift, because I could be sent home. I was in such a foul, disgusting mood. She said, no, you need to pack up your bags this weekend, you're moving to us and you're starting your new job on Monday. And I did. I moved and lived with her for 6 months. And then lived with my sister for a bit in her uni, like her flat. She went in like uni accommodation, but she was a uni student. So I moved up in the February, and I remember being there for a month, and I used to cry most nights in the shower. I didn't want Jacinda and her partner to hear me crying because I couldn't get it, I couldn't understand it. And then a month later it just clicked and it worked. Family moved back up to Yorkshire. We moved to Harrogate in September, and I moved all the business up here. I'd launched the cards, and I think people didn't expect me to be quite rude and crude. But yeah, launched the cards and just had the candles on the cards. COVID hit, and I'd been speaking to some companies prior to COVID hitting about potentially getting my items stocked in their business. And then COVID hit and that all went down the pan. And as I was a new business in Yorkshire, I did a big giveaway, a Harrogate based giveaway of businesses, which meant my hairdresser now is, the reason I went with that hairdresser, Kin & Co, is because they put into the giveaway. And then I actually went to Kin & Co, and they are really good at hair. Don't judge them for my hair right now. I've not been for a while. I have got an appointment booked. and business slowed down a lot, dramatically. So then was revamping the website. When every birthday I want to revamp the website slightly, like the new website now. As I'm speaking, the website isn't even finished. I'm filming this in October, on October the 7th to be precise. Happy birthday, Mum. It's her birthday today. And I wanted Maude Noah to be more of a me brand. So I'm really into beauty, I'm really into fashion, and I'm really into lifestyle-y sort of bits. So the candles, so if you want to know what candles burning at the back, it's Spiced Biscuit, which is my favourite scent we do at the moment. There might be, in a year's time I might have a different one, but this has been my favourite since it's launched. So I revamped it. I started stocking Chickadee, which we do the mugs and we do the crates. A brand of face mask I love is Vitamask. So this is the whole brain situation with the pituitary gland cyst. I am very all over the place, stuttery, can forget quite a bit. So started stocking them, and did the wax tarts and did the reed diffusers, and the reed diffusers are the best things that we sell. People love them and I love them. I love the fact that there's a flower, not the sticks, because when I was looking into it I was like, what colour sticks do we do? Do we do grey, because Maude Noah is grey? Do we do black? Do we do white? And then I found these flowers and I was like, you know what, I'm doing them. And there will be a video on how to change the colours of the flowers, because a friend told me how to do it. She bought one and she put a bit of food colouring in the liquid, and now she has a pink flower. And yeah, I started doing markets. I got a pop-up shop last Christmas, which went absolutely terrible. Thinking, it is the Christmas season, people will be shopping, plus also it's the Harrogate market. People didn't go further up, so they missed my shop. The market was further down. The place just needed a bit of TLC, because I'd only been given it for a week and at a cost. Obviously I weren't going to paint the walls. If I was to do a pop-up shop for a month, I might have actually invested money into fixing the place up, but I think that's actually not up anymore. So yeah, at the moment we are 5 years old. We have some clothing. We have ex-catalog, like old seasoned clothing. Does that even make sense? We have our cozy clothing range, a cozy clothing club range. It's a bit of a mouth, which is the hoodie and the sweater, plus the bag. I want to do a few more ranges. I'm in talks with a pyjama brand to stock them, and the beauty section will be getting bigger. I will be doing more with that. I am looking at releasing my own sort of range within it. And yeah, we are looking at getting stocked in other businesses. That's my main aim. That's why we've not been doing many markets. But yeah, when I say we, I always say we, because it's me, but my little brother helps out, my dad helps out, like my dad drives me around to places, and he's going to help me with getting into places to be stocked, because he could sell ice to an Eskimo. He's that sort of guy, and I am just nervous. Once I get to know you, but I've got so much. I need to stop saying we, it's me. I've got so much that I'm going to be doing. In the new year, I'm launching the greeting card subscription box. Greeting cards seem to have died years ago, and then there was a bit more of a surge. And I'm really proud and kind of not disturbed, knowing that there might be somebody with a Maude Noah greeting card, and yes, I do lovey-dovey ones and all that sort of, but there's going to be people with my greeting cards on their mantelpiece saying, sit on my face and glaze me like a donut, or wine me, dine me, 69 me. You know, there's going to be these crude cards. And if you ever get one and you take a picture, please tag us in it, because I really want to see people with this. I know that there's a woman in Wales who buys my empowered women empower women, and she buys multiple of them at a time, and I think she does like on a ladies' day or something. And somebody said to me when I was at a market, oh, that would be really nice in a frame. So I will be actually doing, I know you can frame them, they are squared cards, but I am going to be doing some posters of them, like artwork, because if you ever see my bedroom, I'm not in my bedroom right now, there's a frame above my bed, and there's a quote in that, which I was going to launch them a while ago, but because of everything slowing down, I didn't want to keep pumping more and more money into the business and not seeing anything from it. So yes, we've been talking, I've been talking for 22 minutes and almost 23 minutes. I feel like I'm probably missing bits. But yeah, I'm gonna have a drink of coffee and then I'll be back with the questions that you've asked. So I've got my laptop, let's get on with the questions. So the first one is, if I was to go back 5 years, would I still set up Maude Noah? And the answer is yes. And there is another question, which is there any regrets? And one thing I would have done is I would have still done the jewellery. And if I was to go back now, I probably would have launched the candles at the same time, so I didn't have a pause within the business. I would have looked at the packaging a bit more and tried to be a bit more environmentally friendly, which I am now. Just probably not rush everything, because I feel at the time, yes, I was ill, but I should have spent more time within the day working on the business. And things like, I am purchasing one now, a label printer for your postage labels, because the amount of times I go to, say, the one stop round the corner or the other one stop or the little Tesco's, and the printer isn't working, and I'm like, okay, and now I've got to go to another site, and the amount of time I wasted. So look at how to run a business right. So here's my product, what am I packaging it in? Okay, what if I've run out of that, and bits like that. So the only regrets is I feel like I wasn't prepared. I kind of rushed into things, and there's been multiple times when I've rushed launches and I've had to really poorly Photoshop labels onto products that, because the labels have not arrived in time and bits like that. What made you pick candles? I kind of explained that, and I'm kind of proud that I still do the candles. It is a very saturated market. The amount of times I've applied for events and markets and fairs and not got it because they've got 2 candle businesses already there. So the reason is I use candles all the time. Look, I've got one burning. I've got one in the bathroom, which is an old candle. It's the very comfortable. I don't even remember what it was called. So it was also kind of, you know, I was spending a lot of money on candles, why not make my own range? Where does the name come from? So my name is Alicia Maude, so Maude is my middle name, and Noah was my confirmation name. So I was raised and brought up in a Catholic, I want to say Catholic family, but we're not really. We are Catholic. My mum's side of the family are all Catholic. I went to Catholic school, primary school, secondary school, and my first year of sixth form was at a Catholic school. And at a certain age, you have your baptism, which is your parents. Your parents get you baptised and they choose your middle name, and they also choose your godparents. Then you do your Holy Communion, which is at a certain age, and then you do your confirmation, which means it's kind of like, Catholics don't come for me for this. It's kind of like you're seen as an adult, you choose another name for yourself, you choose a sponsor, so it's kind of being re-baptised in a way. So I chose, it had to be a biblical name or a saint's name, and I chose Noah because I loved the Noah's Ark story, and I didn't want to be another Elizabeth or Mary. I didn't want that. I wanted something different. And yes, I know like Miley Cyrus's sister's called Noah, but it wasn't very neutral, that name. So I chose the name Noah. And I am not religious. I lost my faith a long time ago. I've not been back to church. I think the last time I went to church was either a wedding or a baptism. Otherwise I don't choose to go to church. Some of my family still do, and on those Sundays I decide I'm going to the gym instead. I'd rather go to the gym than to church, and maybe one day I might get back into my faith, but no, I'm not religious at all, so just want to put that out there. But I just like the name Maude Noah, because my idea for the future for Maude Noah was it be also a male and a female business. I know you know, the jewellery was quite female, and at the time how do I put it, I know now we have a lot of gender neutral things, and boys wear jewellery and quite girly looking jewellery, and it's okay now, but years ago it wasn't like that. So I wanted kind of a female and a male name for the business, and I kind of like that ring. Are you vegan? No, I'm not vegan. The reason I've done the vegan candles was at the time there wasn't many brands that were doing it. I could see a gap in the market. Plus also right now, like at the moment, all the beauty stuff that I stock is vegan. I want to reduce the amount of animal products I use. But I love cheese. And I love pasta. And pasta has egg in it. So I can't be vegan. I do apologise to any vegans, but I am trying to reduce the amount I use. Do you regret or miss your unit? Okay, so when we moved up to Yorkshire, my parents got a storage unit. We don't have a garage, and we'd gone from a house where there was a double garage and a shed and a large garden to a house where there's no garage, no double garage, no garage at all, and just a small shed and barely any storage. They got a storage unit, and then I thought, you know what, I want to really vamp the business. But at the time, to be honest, I wasn't in the mood. I think I get into these down moments and bits like that, but I got a storage unit, which I think the first sort of behind the scenes videos, you can see the storage unit. Do I regret getting rid of it or miss it? I do miss it because of space, and I could have shelving units and there'd be just one product, whereas now I've got a shed and shelving units in there, but I have to take boxes out to get to the products behind it. One thing I don't miss is the price of it. It kept going up in price, and now there's actually new owners of the storage unit. It was just a family business, run business, and now they've actually sold it to a bigger chain, so I know that the prices have gone up. Would I get another unit? I probably would, actually. I do kind of miss having it, and if, say, if sales boost even more, I'm going to have to get one, because I've just not got the space at the house. At the moment, I've got things in a shed, I've got things in my bedroom, I've got like a Pax unit from IKEA, kind of similar to that. This is my sister's. I've got two sisters. I'm in their room at the moment because it's nicer than mine, and I've got a whole unit just for like Maude Noah. So I think I would end up having to get a unit at some point, or when I move out, I'll have a spare bedroom that I can turn into an office and a spare bedroom. Dream job as a kid. I wanted to be a fashion designer. I wanted to work for a magazine, and I wanted to be an air hostess, and I wanted to write books. Oh, I also wanted to have my own little shop. So this is kind of why I would obviously have designed the thing on the front of the sweaters and the hoodies. And I would like to release my own range of clothing, and that would kind of come in with the fashion designer. Wanting to work for a magazine. So Maude Noah, we send out one email a month, and that has the link to our magazine, and it has all the new products that are launching, all the existing products. It has exclusive offers in there, plus I want to revamp it, and I want to do interviews with people that are interesting to me, and I am actually going to get this month's magazine printed, or I have had it printed. I want it to be more of a magazine than just a catalogue, really. So yes. And the shop, I did have a pop-up shop. I would love to have my own brick and mortar sort of shop, and I would have my first one in Harrogate, and I would love to have one in Leicester, where I'm from, and I would love to have one in Liverpool, which is where I spent multiple weekends as a kid. So yes. Next question, would you do another pop-up shop in Harrogate? Yes, I would. Not at the same location I did it. That location just wasn't working for me. I would do another pop-up shop in Harrogate, but I'd also like to do other pop-up shops. Will you ever sell refill bottles of the diffuser liquid? So I know I've got the snippets on Instagram. So Sue, yes, I think it's actually launching in January. Why does words not sound correct when I'm saying them? Yeah, I think it's either January or February would not relaunching. We are launching the diffuser refills, and they will come. I'm still working out the sizings and bits. I think, don't quote me on it, I think it's 500 ml. So your re-diffuser bottles are 100 ml. I'm looking around the room seeing if there's one in here, but there's not. Currently the re-diffuser bottles are 100 ml. I'm going to do a 500 ml refill with, I think, either 1 or 2 flowers extra. So we are bringing out refills because that's what everybody's been asking for. They love the things. Obviously you've been in the things, and yeah. And the last question that one of you asked was, will you be doing any more markets or events? And I don't know about the markets. I want to try and get into a few Christmas markets, but I'm not sure about doing the monthly sort of thing. I've done a market I've stood at Harrogate Market, Knaresborough, Ripon, Wetherby, Richmond. Is that everything? I have applied for other markets, actually. I've applied for Otley and Ilkley. I've applied for Skipton, Hull. So maybe I kind of want indoor markets, because indoor markets means that people aren't relying on nice weather. And regarding events, I am actually going to be at the Home and Gifting, is it Home and Gifting? Home and Gifts show in Harrogate in July, I think it is. But that's more of a wholesale event. I am looking at other events like Christmas events and bits like that, but it's probably going to be next year when all the events happen. I am looking at trying to host my own ladies sort of day that hopefully will happen next year. So yes. Okay, so here are the 10 random questions that I've come up with also inspiration from Caroline Hirons. She asked some British-ish questions to Americans, and I think the woman the other day was Australian. But yes, so here goes. 5 people, dead or alive, to invite to a dinner party. And I will have to say Tina Turner. I'm a big Tina Turner fan, and I think I actually, I know I cried when she died, but I think I filmed it and put it on one of the small business vlogs. Bob Mortimer, he's a British comedian. If you're watching from somewhere else and you don't know who he is, he's hilarious. The stories that he has from his life that are true are amazing and really quite, you just don't believe them sometimes. Caroline Hirons, I'd love for her to just analyse my skin, but also she's a Liverpool fan, and She's from Liverpool, actually. I'm a Liverpool fan. Sorry if that offends people, but I don't care really because I'm a Liverpool fan and I was born that way. But yeah, I'd just love to know how, like, actually how she got into that industry and why, and a bit more information. Miriam Margolyes, she was in Harry Potter. She was the one that, you know, with the plants where you pull them out and they squeal. That woman, she is hilarious. She's also a comedian, I think. She's an actress, but I think really deep down she's a comedian. And Jurgen Klopp. Like I say, I'm a Liverpool fan and I love Jurgen Klopp. Tea or coffee? It's got to be coffee. I drink hot coffee, I drink cold coffee. Whereas tea, I can drink iced tea, but otherwise, yeah, coffee. I'm on cup number 4 and it is currently 12 o'clock. It's lunchtime. I need to get some food, really. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? Pasta. I love pasta. Bear in mind, my stomach doesn't enjoy it. I am gluten intolerant. Pasta. I've just bought meals from Marks and Spencer's for my lazy days when I'm working late and I just want a microwave meal, and I've got carbonara, I've got macaroni cheese, I've got all sorts, and I've also got gluten-free pasta in at the moment. Pesto pasta. Oh, I love pasta. Ravioli. Oh. What is your karaoke song? Which is weird because recently I actually went back to Leicester. I did karaoke with my friends, and my karaoke song is Cher, the Shoop Shoop song. Love that one. Early bird or night owl? I'm kind of both. I get up naturally really early. When I was in Greece, I didn't realise that there was a time difference. I was like, I've had a lie-in, it's 8 o'clock. Really, in England it was 6 o'clock. When this video goes out, I'll actually be in America, in New York, and I'm hoping I don't feel like I'm gonna get jet lagged, because I feel like I'm in that time frame. I sleep a couple of hours. If I get 3-4 hours sleep each night, that's enough. That's why I'm always yawning, and I want to yawn now. I'm up early and I will go bed fairly late, and if I do go to bed early, I'm up, like if I go to bed and I'm asleep by 9 p.m, I am up at like midnight thinking it's time to get up. I've run off of coffee, to be honest. What is your dish, the dish you are a master at making? Dirty fries. My dirty fries that I make are amazing, although I do make for my family a lot Mexican chicken and tandoori chicken, and I make them all from using my own spices and bits like that. But dirty fries, that's one thing that I don't have a recipe for. I write a blog. The recipe might be on there that I've actually put up for you. But yeah. If you wasn't in your job, what would you be doing? So Maude Noah isn't my primary job. I don't actually take a wage from Maude Noah. All the money just goes back into Maude Noah, because I have got big projects that I want to release. Currently I am actually an office manager, and that when I moved up to Yorkshire I wasn't an office manager, I was just an admin sort of thing. But I've moved away from that business. I left that business to join another business within the same industry. 3 guys left that company and set up on their own, and now I've worked my way up and I am the office manager for a fibre design company. But if I wasn't doing that and I wasn't doing Maude Noah, I think I would get back into event management. I really enjoyed when I organised birthday parties and weddings and Christmas parties at the place I worked at, and I am looking at doing my own event for Maude Noah, but including other businesses, so I think I would go back into events management. 8, one place you would like to visit. So obviously America, which I will be at this time when I'm this video goes up, I will be in New York. I'd love to travel all over America. I would like to go to Sweden and go to a few more places. I've been to Stockholm. I'd like to go to a few more places in Sweden, Finland, more places in Norway. I've been to, well, I flew into Oslo, but went to Lillehammer, Denmark. It's more of Italy. I've been to Rome, but I'd love to go all over Italy. Yeah. If you could be one person for the day, who would it be? It would have to be Caroline Hirons. And if you don't know who she is, she's like the skincare queen. And I'd love her to see this video because I love watching her YouTube videos. I love watching her Instagram videos. I've got both of her books. I would love to be able to go and be her for a day and figure out all my issues with my skin. But also, I feel like she gives a lot to people. You know, she, not physically, yes, but also she gives a lot of advice to people, and I'd love to be able to do that, really. And my favourite book, so as you can see, we are a big book reading family. Well, the girls in the house, I've got brothers who don't read. I don't think they've read since leaving primary school, reading Biff and Chip. I know they've not got it. I don't think they've read it. Jojo Moyes, Me Before You. I read it before the film was even launched or was being released, or even a thought in people's heads. Loved it. And if you know me, I'm kind of cold-hearted. I've never cried at a film. Marley and Me, no tears. What else do people... My Sister's Keeper, nothing. But I read that book and I had tears coming down my face when I got to the end. However, at that time, I had a rupturing appendix and ended up being in hospital the next day after finishing it, which I regret finishing it because it could have been a book I read in hospital. So we don't know yet. I've not reread it yet, and if I already know the story, I probably won't cry. But we don't know whether I cried because it was an emotional book or whether I was just ill. Or I do love the Twilight book. Chapter 5, Blood Type. I even know the name of the chapter. Wasn't in the film. You know, the book is so much better than the film. And yeah, that is everything. If you do have any more questions, I can do another Q&A. If you have any suggestions on anything, then please let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry it's a long one, but Maude Noah has been around for 5 years, and you know what, if I had I'm going to be cutting things out or making things not as long. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and you'll probably see me soon in the behind the scenes videos. Thank you.